Hello everyone, welcome to Sports Taza. With me today I have Debjit Lahiri. His Instagram and Twitter handle is Forgotten Cricket Memories and he is an avid cricket storyteller. So if you've not been to the page, I suggest do give a visit. Thank you Debjit for coming on the show and today we are going to discuss India versus England 5th test preview. What do you feel about 4th test's historic win?
It was an amazing win, especially coming back from the defeat in the previous test. I think it was a very morale. It was a defeat that really hampered the morale. But the way we came back, it basically displays the DNA of the current Indian team. They are very brave and they do not lose heart. And especially on the final day, if you see, it was a batting paradise, you can call it. And the way the bowlers bowled their hearts out and got those 10 wickets, I think it was incredible and a really historic win. We
And
have
both
had
the
for
loss
yeah,
and the Oval win can be attributed to the bowlers. England was in the game till the last day. Taking 10
right.
wickets on the final day in Oval was just amazing to watch.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think most of our recent victories, a lot of that credit should go to the bowlers. And not only that, if you see, even in batting, the way the lower order contributed, I think there has been a lot of criticism about our tail not wagging. But both in Lords and in this Test match, the lower order batting really contributed, and then they came onto the field and even bowled incredibly. So yeah, credit to them.
Very valid point, very valid point. Finally, in this series, we are seeing what in 2018 Sam Curran had done. And in all the tests, be it with New Zealand, be it with Australia, with England, our tail has never wagged. It's a surprising change, a welcome change, certainly. Moving on to the 5th test. For India, the bowlers have bowled their hearts out. So Bumrah has bowled around 151 overs, which is a lot. So, do you see any probable squad changes happening for India for the 5th test?
Uh, Going by how Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli function, I felt that there is very less chance that they might alter the winning combination. But having said that, I've seen a few pre-match interviews and quotes, and I feel there is a possibility that Bumrah might be rested given the very quick turnover of matches that is happening and the IPL coming up very soon, and then we have the T20 World Cup. So he might be rested. In that case, Shami comes in as a direct replacement. And other than that, in the Indian team, if you look at the batting, I think it's time Ajinkya Rahane gets a break. In that case, I think Hanuma Vihari comes in for and so yeah. Other than that, I don't see too many squad
Yeah,
changes.
even I think Bumrah might get rested. That's my opinion as well. And Shami is fit now, so might see him back in action for the 5th test. And as it is the 5th match, it's at Old Trafford. The pitch is extremely quick and is the home ground for James Anderson. So you are saying Rahane will be dropped. And even in your probable squad, you still do not see Ashwin featuring.
No, I don't think they'll tinker too much with the lineup. And historically, if you see, I think Old Trafford is the worst ground for spinners, and I think with the highest average among all the international venues at England. So I don't see Ashwin coming in. Even in 2014, I think he went wicketless in
Yeah.
this particular venue.
In
So
2014, he did go wicketless, but he scored 40 plus in both the innings.
But I think they'll stick with Jadeja. The only possible changes could be the fact that Bumrah might be rested, and given Rahane's poor run of form, I think maybe a change in the middle order. But other than that, I feel they'll go with the settled lineup.
I personally think Rahane will get one more match and this might be his final chance. But I still see Rahane getting a chance for the 5th test. And let's see what happens with Ashwin. He's a surprise inclusion in the T20 World Cup squad for sure. But don't know if 5th test is still his chance or not. Coming to England, Debjit, what are the probable squad changes from your end from an England team point of view? I think something wrong with his internet. So I'll carry forward with the England probable squad changes. So Butler, who was not available for the 4th test, is back in, and he's bound to take the wicket keeping responsibilities again. And I think I can see him in place of Bairstow or Pope. Personally, Ollie Pope made a brilliant 80 plus in the first innings in Oval. So I think he is bound to replace Bairstow and not Pope. Second question, which is, will Anderson be rested? In the last test match, Anderson bowled about 47 overs. Ollie Robinson bowled about 49 overs, both of which are huge. And both of them have had a lot of workload management going on. So it's Anderson's home ground. I'm sure he would be raring to go on this pitch. But looking at what the coaches, what Joe Root has said, they're still yet to take a call, and Anderson knows his body best. So personally, I think Anderson needs to play this match, but someone from Ollie Robinson or Anderson will have to be rested. Coming to the head-to-head
Hello.
matches here. Hi Devjit, no issues. You're back. So I was just talking about head to head and about England squad changes. Anything to say? I've already said that Butler is bound to replace
Yeah.
Ollie Pope. Not Ollie Pope. He's bound to replace Johnny Bairstow and take
Best
over
of.
the keeping responsibilities. And second question is, will Anderson be rested or not? So
Yeah.
do you think Anderson will be rested?
I think so. Just because of the workload, I think he has bowled an incredible number of overs this Test
But
match, and
remember, please, it's his home ground as well, so
it's
he will
his.
be.
Yeah, yeah, but I think he does get to play here often. It's not that it's a very special occasion. He does get to play in Old Trafford in most of their home series, right? So,
But with
it,
series on the line, England being 2-1 down, an option to draw the series, would you
I think
still rest Anderson?
so I think it will depend on what their analyst and their fitness team suggests, because Joe Root definitely won't risk an long-term injury for Anderson. So it will be a decision purely based on the fitness levels. I don't think there will be too much emotion involved to this, but it will be clearly based on what the medical team suggests. And there has been a trend in Anderson that he is struggling in the second innings. So fatigue is something that is probably causing a lot of problem for Anderson at this age. So if you have, I think it was like discussed pretty extensively during the broadcast as well, that his performances go down in the second innings of a Test match for a
Correct.
uh,
Even in this series, he averages around 19-20 in the first innings and above 45 to 50 range in the second innings, which is a huge
right.
change. Very valid point. Another change that I see personally is Mark Wood coming in for Craig Overton. So Craig Overton did not have a very good fourth test, and Mark Wood is now fit. He was fit for the fourth test as well, but they got in Chris Wokes, and I think Mark Wood is bound to get back in with his fast pace and the nature of the pitch.
Right,
I
right.
expect Marco to play the fifth test personally.
Uh,
So
and
just
another,
going on a yes,
yeah,
please.
one interesting bit I noticed that I think Jack Leach, he has been brought back into the squad,
Correct. Jack Leach
which
has been added to the squad.
yeah, which is surprising given Old Trafford is not a venue where you see too much of spin. It might be, but I don't think he might be replaced. He might replace Moeen Ali, because Moeen Ali
So Joe
offers a
Root
lot
has
of.
already said that Moeen Ali is our number one spinner. We've only
Yeah,
brought Jack Leach if we want to play two spinners. So you're
right.
absolutely correct that Old Trafford is one of the quickest pitches, but now because of rain and the pitch dampness, they're saying spin can be assisted on day 4 and day 5.
All right, all right. That's
So
interesting.
Jack Leach will only play if they play two spinners, and then again Ashwin's and Jadeja's name comes into mind. But Moeen Ali is not getting replaced by Jack Leach. That Joe Root has already clarified.
Hmm.
So going by the head-to-head at Old Trafford, 9 tests have been played between India and England. India has never won a match. As you rightly said, in 2014, India lost, and that too by an innings in 54 runs. And even if you look at the weather conditions and forecast, rain is expected on day 1, day 2, and a thunderstorm on the last day. So we expect a small, truncated test match. We won't get to see all 5 days live of cricket action. What do you think about the rain? मतलब इंग्लैंड में कोई भी सीरीज रखने का सेंस भी बनता है मतलब जब इतनी बारिश हो रही है व्हाट डू यू से
Yes,
अबाउट दिस
it's very unfortunate, but I think this time India wouldn't mind a lot, given that we are leading the series and a draw would be enough to take the series. But definitely, from the cricketing point of view, it's a huge mood dampener. We saw how it was in the World Test Championship final, and uh, the entire hype was surrounding the day one start, and we sort of the day one got truncated due to rain. And and it's sort of a regular feature. I think ICC has to look into, ICC and obviously the ECB have to look into the timelines of when they host important tournaments, important when they are calling the big guns to play in their home soil. So that is something probably they need to work on. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, yes, please continue.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I said that so the ECB probably have to work on the timelines when they call the big guns, that is the likes of
Yeah.
New Zealand in India to their home series, because rain has been a regular feature in during important fixtures, and this we have to avoid. But uh, given the circumstances, India probably wouldn't mind rain truncating a few days, because a draw would be enough to win the series.
Correct. Do you think, considering the WTC in mind, will India be happy with the draw? Kohli said that we are here to play, we are here to win, but every match has points. So do you think India will
Right.
still go for 3-1, or they'll be happy with the draw as well?
It will depend on the circumstances. I think we'll take it session by session, and if there is an if there is even a snip of victory, I think given Kohli's mindset, he will definitely go for it. But but he would obviously take a draw if there is a sort of an adverse situation and there is rain. I think he'll take the rain and
I
win.
agree with you. I think Kohli will go for the win given the situation, and we need to take it session by session. Another interesting thing which Root mentioned a lot in his conferences was that England needs to be ruthless. He used the word ruthless a lot of times. So let's see how England performs in the fifth test. With this, thank you, Debjit. Thank you for coming. Thank you to all our viewers for watching. Do subscribe to the channel. Do subscribe to Forgotten Cricket Memories. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.